Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to a bit of base expansion. In today's episode, our two main goals are to fill this lovely reservoir with water, and to extend our base so that we have a good source of food, which we're never going to worry about, and to maybe, just maybe, sort out our heat problem, because this could get very bad if we allow it to carry on. Now, when I was looking at the temperatures and just making sure everything was okay, I noticed one very, very annoying thing. The showers are 76 degrees centigrade, even when they're not on. There's two problems with this. Number one, why is it even on when it's not actually on? And two, where is it getting the temperature from? It's a non-powered shower, which is getting water from this reservoir of very cool water. And somehow, it's red hot. I have no idea what's going on there. This also includes the lavatories. I just don't really understand why this is all happening, but apparently it just is. Either way though, I'm going to allow my little minions to finish off the work they're already doing, and then we'll be right back to discuss some of the things we're changing around the base, and maybe get to this contaminated water. Why are these two lavatories so warm, but this one is cool? Now currently it is in use. Let's wait for Grub to go away. Grub. Good. But even when it's not in use, it's still cooler than the other two. Why? That is kind of bizarre. Also, I wonder if the water's being warmed up because of these pipes. So far the water still seems very cool, but actually if we look at the temperature, it's coming out at 40 degrees centigrade. So maybe it's the purifier. Maybe the purifier heats up the water during its process. Well, that's somewhat worrying, I have to say. I feel like temperature is actually going to be quite a big issue in this game the further we go. Oh, he's called Meep. I want Meep. Oh, no I don't. Mouth breather. That's like the worst thing ever. No, I'm afraid we're not accepting new applicants right now. Goodbye. Algae farm needs to go down here. So, what we're going to do here is this is going to become a new planting station, and then this is going to become a large algae farm, or, well, not a farm exactly, a large algae terrarium section, an oxygen farm in fact. That way, all of this should be okay still, because of course carbon dioxide falls, we want the carbon dioxide to go away, and as long as this is nearby and we have plenty of gas permeable tiles, we should be able to keep the pressure very, very high in this area. We have found a pet. Meet Hatch. Hatch is a nocturnal scavenging creature. It will consume any minerals within reach that fits into its wide mouth, and apparently it came from that piece of algae when I first tried to dig it up. So, apparently these are just randomly buried in minerals. It's a little bit weird, but still very cool nonetheless. I don't know if he poses a threat to the dupes, but it's very possible he does, so I'm going to leave him in here forever. We have lost some space, but gained a friend. Now could someone please build this tile? I just googled about our new friend, about the little hatch, and the very first thing that pops up is this. So, a hatch just ate one of my duplicants. Okay. Major threat then. We leave it in here forever. Is that damaged? It looks cracked. Is that just the style of them, or... Huh. That looks really weird. Okay. And so begins the move towards the bottom, and as you can see, our new pump is hooked up via the water and electric system, and looks far, far neater. Although, I have just noticed, our water reserve is getting pretty low. I did also spill a little bit over here, which certainly isn't helping. If we go to the liquid plumbing station, as you can see, this is now how it's all hooked up. I do need to remove these pipes eventually, but no major rush on that. Everyone will just know they're there, and serve no purpose. That's good at least. Get the water from there over to there. Fantastic. Cass, are you inside of a tile? What? How did that even happen to you? Can anyone else see the problem with this? They are all standing on this tile they are currently destroying. Any second now, they're going to fall. Well done, guys. So proud of you. Also, you kind of missed a few. Yeah. That's a very artistic way of drawing a ladder. Yep, not very good at this. You know, straight lines and all. Either way, though, we are now pretty much out of water, and so we need to do stuff. And the thing we need to do is to get this contaminated water to be less contaminated. So what we're going to do is build a ladder directly down here. Then we're going to flood this section and put a pump in it. So, dig... doesn't really matter how deep it goes, really, just something like that. And then we put down our pump. Where are you? Liquid pump goes, let's say there, so we can run away faster. That should all be dug out by itself now, which is fine. Liquid pipe, just go back up the way you came, and just attach there. And for our electricity, do the exact same thing. And then that's a lot of water. Carry on. Maybe I should make this the more important job. We are now pretty much out of water in its entirety, and so we really need to get to work sorting this out quickly. We are now, for the first time, running into power issues. So, very soon, we either need a hydrogen generator or a coal generator. Now, the coal generator is a really bad thing because it's going to produce a ludicrous amount of heat and a ludicrous amount of carbon dioxide. So what we're going to need to do is put it up here somewhere so the heat will be trapped, possibly even in this room here, and then use an airlock so the carbon dioxide doesn't constantly leak out. Hopefully our people won't need to feed it too much constantly, otherwise that's going to be an issue. Also, someone is very stressed. Why? Because you had interrupted sleep after all of the stuff which happened yesterday. Okay, then you get to go on the massage parlour. Well, the massage table. It's not a parlour, it's a table. Insulated wires take ages to be built. But soon we can have our coal generator. And then no one has to be doing this all the time. In fast forward, that looks so much worse. Coal generator is going down with some insulated wire connecting to it, and then I would like a lot of this section to be dug out. The reason being, the more space we have here, the more that the temperature can dissipate by itself, and the more storage for the carbon dioxide we can just have, essentially. Eventually, I will need to do something with the carbon dioxide, but that will be a while. In the future. Not now. The coal generator is now awaiting a delivery, and then it will be turned on. So, maximum power, please. And let's turn off this for a second. Is anyone transporting coal? Please? Yes. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Turn it on. Clink. How much power is it producing? 600. Okay, that's much higher than the manual. And the batteries are now actually gaining in power, finally. This whole place is going to be so polluted. How much coal do I have, anyway? Where would it be? Raw mineral, perhaps? Raw metal? No. That'd be silly. Consumable ore. 12,000 kilograms! We're going to be fine for quite some time. Also, I want this algae. Gimme. The coal generator is 926 degrees Celsius. Wow. That is bad. The top water purifier is at its absolute maximum capacity, which is actually being a bit of an issue, because now we can't allow any more of the filthy water from the showers and the lavatories to actually be filtered back into the main pond, the main pool of the main section over here. So underneath this water purifier, we're making a secondary water purifier, which hopefully will ease the stress and make everything work nice and orderly once again. Also, just look at that. We are making evil up here. I've just thought, I now know what we can do up here. So, let's remove these, since this is no longer going to be how we produce compost if we ever do. We're going to add a slime distiller called the biodistiller. It converts slime into algae, but also it actually generates contaminated water. So it's turning slime into algae and water, which is surprisingly good, actually. To make things a little bit easier for the poor fellows, I've decided to make a little pool here so they don't have to run all the way down to grab the water, and to fully connect these two sides, just to make sure putting water all the way down here in the algae terrariums and such will be a little bit easier, a little bit faster, less insanity. Also, is that hand sanitizer actually producing chlorine? I think it might be. That's very annoying. Ah, so that's something I didn't expect. Apparently, the biodistiller also creates contaminated oxygen. Not the best at all. So we're going to turn back on our air deodorizer, and hopefully that'll be enough to stop the entire place becoming just completely foul. Ah, so it's slime itself which is producing the contaminated oxygen. Then it's very good we are converting it into algae. The temperature has increased further, and now the plants are being affected, so very, very soon we need to start using things like the gas pumps and all of that sort of stuff to have a room in which we can cool the oxygen and then bring it back, thus cooling each and every room, because this could be a massive problem. Now, these have overheated because of the algae deoxidizer, which someone just destroyed because everyone's freaking out at the moment because of the whole foul water situation. It really wasn't the best. So, where is the cooling item anyway? I will find it somewhere. And when I do, I'll be very pleased with myself. There it is, in Utilities. The hydrofan dissipates a small amount of the heat, and thermoregulator cools the gas pumped through it, but outputs heat in the immediate vicinity. So the hydrofan, how will this work then? Will it actually remove heat, which would be cool, or does it simply push it around so it gets spread a little bit? I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's see if we can cool this room then. That doesn't require power? Oh, I'm guessing it must only require water then. Only a small... Oh yeah, effects minus heat. That's all it does, it just removes heat. That's cool. That's very cool. That's cool. I just made a pun without realizing it. Anyway, let's have a new person. We need one. How are you all doing? Okay. Good at cooking and tinkering, decently strong. You can't fight, that's fine, but you're good at learning. Not really that important, but it's okay. It makes you up your other skills faster, I suppose. You have flatulence, which literally makes poison gas, by the way. You're a loud sleeper, that's the worst thing ever. Okay, I'm going with this guy then. Welcome! Oh, this girl. Never mind. So, we need somewhere for you to sleep. So here's a new cot. Oh. The hydrofan actually has to be manually used. Well, that's not the best thing. I thought it would be a little bit more automatic, but apparently not. And it's really slow at doing its job. Really slow. Plants, glorious plants, mealwood absolutely everywhere, and now that this room has cooled down enough, all of the trees are once again growing. Now, I've planted this many because now, even if I forget to harvest them for a while, there'll be so many bits of food available when they are harvested, it won't really be a massive issue. And honestly, we're doing pretty well for food either way. I have massively overestimated how fast we would be collecting this water. I mean, it is going up. Slowly. We could speed it up, we don't really need to, I just thought that a single pipe and a single pump would be a bit quicker than that. I've also found some coal. And algae. Actually, there's loads of coal down there, so that needs to be swept up soon. The coal is going down faster than I expected, but it still will last quite a bit longer before it's all completely gone. Why are you on there? I could have swore I turned that off. Well, that's helpful. Apparently right next to the generator there's a huge amount of coal, so before it gets too hot in here, what I'm going to do is move that up like so, and dig out all of this area. That should be okay. I won't dig out those two, because then they may end up blocking themselves. And let's put that on maximum, because right now people aren't doing anything too important, and everyone can carry on. How you doing there, little hatch? Still too warm. Still too warm. I've just realised something. You are not meant to be doing that. No. Only she can. She is significantly better. Well, I'm afraid I am now all out of time for today's episode. I feel like this is going to be a very heavily edited video, and probably not even a particularly long one, but I have been playing for several hours now, and I need to take a break. I've made a lot of mistakes in this video, and I've just done things in a really non-optimal way. Admittedly, that was kind of the goal of this first playthrough, just to mess around, see how things work, not really taking things too seriously. But even with that, we have done pretty darn poorly today. Everything now seems to be going okay though. The stress is lowering for everyone. We've sort of got a hang of the temperature in terms of how it works, and we do have easy to access water and far more water if we need it. Our algae supply is fantastic thanks to our biodistiller, and our power supply will last a very, very long time until we eventually move over to hydrogen, which I think I will do as soon as I completely run out of coal, as it does seem like that's going to be a bit more of a challenge to get working correctly. In the next episode, I will be sorting out our heat problem once and for all using a thermoregulator in a completely boxed off room. That is, as long as all it needs is power. Yep, that's exactly it. All it needs is power and, of course, the pipe itself. It doesn't need our lovely minions to go into the room to do anything with it, which means all we need is just a box somewhere, probably here most likely, shove that in there, shove pipes going there, what they call the insulated pipes, and then everything should be good. So, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Oxygen Not Included is a series you would like to see continued in the future. And the next time we play through this, we will build so much smaller and so much more efficiently.